to the rejects. Where the echoes of passion sound, find hope where it's rarely found. Step into the night, feel the light, even when hidden from plain sight. Underneath these guys, we rise with fire, you're in our eyes. From shadows of hopes we've drawn, with every beat a new dawn. Welcome to the region, where voices of truth resound. Welcome to the region. Where voices of truth resound. Welcome to the region. Welcome to the regions. I love you. Welcome to the regions. Welcome to the regions. Welcome to the regions. Building dreams so profound. 3 years in the underground. In the underground. In the underground. In the underground. So grab a joint, take a seat. We won't leave in a heartbeat. Welcome to the regions. We won't leave in a heartbeat. Welcome to the regions, where the echoes of passion sound. Finding hope where it's really found. Step into the night and see the light, even hidden from plain sight. Underneath the city's eyes, we rise with fire in our eyes. From shadows of hope we've drawn, with every beat a new dawn. A new dawn. Welcome to the regions. We won't leave in a heartbeat. Welcome to the regions. We won't leave in a heartbeat. Welcome to the regions. Where voices of truth resound. Welcome to the regions. Welcome to the regions, the underground.
Alright, GM everybody. Let me just adjust the sound here. Alright, GM, what is up all? Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's enjoying the start to their weekend. I'm Mr. Fun Guy. Nice to meet everybody. What's up, Palo Pax? How you doing, brother? Good to see ya. The Boogas. My high. What's up, me high? My high. How you doing? I stay high too. What's up? Hope everyone's doing well. Kind of stoked. Kind of jump into things today. I got some cool news. On the front of whatchamacallit, things being expanded on, like next levels and steps and whatnot, and what we're doing, what we're working on. Just to make sure I let you guys know, for those of you, anybody in the Minnesota area, if you're able to, New Hope, Minnesota on the 30th. MFG right here, gonna be presenting all about using AI for apps, daily life, what a one-man dev army is all about, and of course, gonna be letting people know about the Clubhouse too. I'll have probably about 20-some, 30-some people I'll be presenting to, and my goal will be to help each one of them, if they don't already have a Solana wallet, open up a Solana wallet and get them onboarded to the rejects personally, at this event. So might have a few new holders by the end of the month, guaranteed pretty much. I'm hoping to have a good chunk of new fam. But yeah. And then, of course, free pizza. And a cool little side note is the owner of this Frankie's Pizza also happens to own the largest Bitcoin mining operation in the state of Minnesota. Europe, man, that's a little far. That's a little far away. But that's okay. We will be doing the live. I'll be live streaming it, and so will the Minnesota Blockchain Initiative as well. They'll be live streaming it, and I think they live stream through Stand with Crypto as well. So there will be ways for you to be able to jump in and at least experience it in a similar way, if you are so able. But anyway, cool little update with that right there for you guys. That I'm really excited about, just mainly because I've been using AI to help me with development and doing all this stuff for about a year and 3 months now, and it's definitely a complete game changer. So I'm excited to kind of showcase that, what you can do as somebody who's wanting to learn without any prior experience at all whatsoever. you can be a dev too if you want, if you take the time and put that effort in. It's more than just vibe coding, but if you're willing to learn and uncover, break shit and then fix it and break it and fix it and continue to smack your head against the wall until something shakes and you're able to get things to work like you want it to, then yeah, like anybody can do it. So yeah, I'm excited to present that to people. Let's start off by getting you guys set up with a giveaway. So first off, in order to join one of my giveaways, you really only need to go to goclubhouse.io, and then this little live button on the left here, you can kind of see it right, it's right there. just before the box cuts it off on my screen, or on your screen there. But yeah, you're able to jump on in there, and then right here is going to be a fun little giveaway wheel. And I'm going to get that started. Let's do, and I'm going to do what I did on Wednesday, just so you know. So the giveaway is going to be enough sun tokens for you to be able to mint at least a legendary booster card. So 50,000 sun tokens to the winner. So all you got to do, the giveaway is live. All you got to do is click on the live button, go down to join giveaway. That after you've connected your wallet, and you'll be set, good to go. And if you really need to, oh, you can't hear me in voice chat. There you go. Now you can hear me in voice chat. I didn't know you were in there, brother. 1 second, week late. Let me get my audio changed over so it's not push to talk on this side. Oh, there we go. Testing, testing. There we go. Now you should be able to hear me talking on this side. And then I can also do an additional, no, I won't be able to stream properly everything through the VChill channel, but anybody who wants to chat, let me fix my sound then too, so I can have you both, whether it's music. There we go. Boom. I can turn that music down further. And then I can make sure that's up. Close. Alright, I think that should be good. Alright. There we go. What's up, Revolutionize? How you doing, brother? GM as well to you. And I'm doing pretty damn good, Paulo Pax. Thank you for asking, good sir. I am I'm pretty hyped. Shit's been going in a good direction. Can you hear me okay and everything week late?
Yeah, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Test a couple more times for me just so I can check your audio.
Testing, testing. Sibilant.
Okay, perfect. Sweet.
Did anybody get that reference? No? Okay.
I didn't get that reference, no. I missed it.
That's an old SNL bit. It's very old SNL bit.
Or it's been a hot minute since I've watched some SNL.
Yeah. It's where Tom Hanks does the sound test for Aerosmith in Wayne and Garth's basement for Wayne's World.
Yes, okay.
He plays a roadie and he goes up and does a mic test and he goes testing, sibilant. Anyway, sorry. I haven't slept in 24 hours and I'm still drinking from last night, so cheers.
Cheers, brother. I got myself some sleep in. I'm proud of myself. I passed out around midnight, and I knew I wanted to knock this out today. It's my parents' anniversary, so we're going to be going out to doing a lunch with them, you know, after...
Happy anniversary, man. That's awesome.
Right? They're at, like, 40 years now, I think, so, like, good for them.
Yeah, yeah. My parents are
45
the same.
years.
I think my brother is 50, so they've been married 51 years. Yeah, crazy.
Oh shit, yeah, that's impressive, man. And
I can't get a relationship to last 51 days, so good for them.
right, I've been with my lady for a little over 5 years, but I get it. A little shout out to Revo and your kiddo's birthday party, man. Happy birthday to your kiddo as well, dude. Have fun with that. And what's up, Slayer Babes? GM. Look at that. Slayer Babes got into that giveaway. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah, let me open that up real quick.
Yeah, jump on in. Go clubhouse.io, you guys. All you need to do is make sure you click on this fun little live button right here. It looks like a video camera. And you click on that, it brings you to this little live stream system I built along with the giveaway wheel that I built. And yeah, all you need to do is click on join giveaway after connecting your wallet, and if you win, you'll be able to go into our GM Life booster card mint, scroll down a little bit, and with 50,000 Sun tokens, you can pick any of the legendaries. You even be able to pick a couple, almost a couple hypes if you wanted, or save up and get a little bit closer to one of those badass mythics. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of dive in, dude. It's been a lot of work the last few weeks. I've been kind of head down building a little bit more, and let me pull kind
Yeah,
of.
it's crazy that I've actually watched this progress in real time. I don't know if anybody else has had like the same level of backstage pass access as we have, but it's been, I mean, literally watched it go from what I thought was a very well polished and finished product before to even more than that. And it's pretty impressive, dude. It's impressive.
I appreciate that, man. It's that's part of the reason why I'm excited about presenting um, AI and just what I'm doing and how I'm using my agents and how I'm building my own home system and how I'm using that to be this one-man dev army that can create absolutely anything I can think of and be able to ship it in a secure fashion and make it so it's actually working like it's supposed to and all that. Um, I just pulled up
Can I
my.
embarrass you a little bit more, though? Can I embarrass you in front of everybody a little bit more?
Oh sure, why not?
The well, before you started the revamp of Clubhouse, we had a couple of late nights chatting, and you explicitly said that you didn't want to get into the weeds too much, and here you are, damn near what, almost a year later, which is crazy, and you're talking about the shit that you used to dread talking about like it's nothing now. You're just like, yeah, I did this, it's that, this code, this, that. It's like a year ago would not, that shit would not have come out of your mouth, dude. It's fantastic. I actually, like, I'm kind of jealous, actually, to be honest.
No, I mean, I appreciate, man. Like it's one of those
The level
things
of
where,
dedication, dude, it's fucking very impressive.
well, it's one of those things where like I want I want to run my project, and I'm Mr. Fun Guy. I do the hype master shit, all the fun and the giveaways, and the biggest issue though was, the platform wasn't working. I need a product to sell. I need a product to be able to bring to others and showcase and monetize in some way, shape, or form. And that's what the clubhouse was supposed to be for the longest. But once, with the old dev and all the issues that happened with that, and the old code, it got to the point where it's like, at some point, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself, huh? And then, how do you learn how to do that if you don't know how to do that? And what's up? I missed that. But but yeah, I guess really the big thing is just don't stop. You you hit a roadblock, and you bang your head against that wall until you get through it. Otherwise you give up and what you got partially working code, and you didn't learn anything. And that's the long term of what I'm trying to take care of and do for myself is I want to be able to learn how to build stuff and fix it inside and out. And now at this point, yeah, I feel confident enough to where I could jump into pretty much anybody's code that needs help with anything, be able to fix it and then update it, add whatever I need to on top of it, and then ship it back to them in a secure fashion where they have solid working code that's able to be deployed. And I wouldn't have even imagined being able to say that a year ago
Right.
while I was still learning.
Yeah. You're essentially making, well, you've essentially learned how to jump in on someone else's Lego project and finish it without instructions, which is insane. If you break it down to that like level of building, somebody's building a 3,000 piece Death Star and you're jumping in halfway through with no instructions and finishing that shit for them, you know what I mean?
Right. And then at that level, it's like you don't not needing the instructions and being able to finish it faster than I
Yeah.
would have initially with the instructions. It's it's insane what you're able to do now with the tools that we have around us. Even when it comes, so good example, because I'm not a trader. Like I've never built a trading bot or anything like that. I don't own any subscriptions to those charting sites and stuff like that. And it's funny, you're making me laugh yesterday when you're like, dude, you're doing too much. As you talking about building out
Yeah.
my trading agent and
Because what we first talked about was like,
arbitration bot.
well, yeah, but like a simplified bot, easy graphic user interface, plug in the 4 tokens that you want to trade and the wallet that you want them to trade from, and this, and that. But as I thought about it more, what you said made perfect sense. Is like the only way to simplify it for the end user is to make it super complicated in the back end so the end user doesn't have to fucking do anything. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it made total sense once you said that. I was making fun of it for comedic purposes, but I was like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. Of course, you have to figure out everything on the back end so the end user doesn't have to think.
Well,
You have done all the thinking already.
and
That's wild.
and when it comes to the like when we were originally looking at that arbitration bot concept, um, the inputs, all the different the numbers, like you have to be a high level trader to even understand that shit, right? Like
Yeah.
I could even for the life of me figure out just where I was supposed to start with that, and how to understand it myself. So, and that's kind of where my brain works. It's like, okay, how do I simplify things, break it down, so even a simple no experience understanding can utilize the tool and gain some sort of value from it. Um, and it's funny. So I'm gonna point out, like, get on like a semi soapbox here when it comes to AI. When it comes to, I'm sure you guys see a shit ton of stuff right now about Cloudbot and you can just set it up and give it an account and it can trade for you and all. That's not really how it works.
Mm.
You can set it up, you can give it an account, and you can tell it to trade for you, but you'll probably end up with zero money very quickly. um, Unless you give and see, like, that's where MCP servers come in, and a lot of, like, the whole concept of training your agent or giving it the tools that you need. Now, something like Cloudbot, you're using all these MCP servers, and those have no regulation behind them. You're using somebody else's code. It's not been tested, verified. You don't know what prompt injections are hidden throughout the thing. You don't know how secure that stuff is. And a lot of people are finding out that if you just start begging other people's Cloudbots on X and dropping your wallet, you might get free money.
Mm.
somebody sent like 250 grand to somebody, a Claude bot sent, $25,000 to this person and 200 and some, 120 something to somebody else or whatever. Like just crazy amount of money just
Wow.
because, the bots, it's AI and it's still brand new, it's smart shit, but if it's got access to the wallet and the money and no security parameters really, and you don't know how to build them out yet, it's like you're starting Mario 3, in on one of the end worlds, on the Bowser
Right.
Castle, and you haven't even played the game yet before, you're just jumping right on into Bowser's Castle. Um,
It's funny that you use that analogy because I was about to say that with you and AI. Everybody, it's wild how AI came out as soon as you needed it. Like the timing was perfect,
right?
but you jumped right into it. Like I'm still trying to get used to. In my sector, I use AI for a completely different, like for graphic arts, I use it for a completely different reason that you use it. But my point is that most of the people have been trying to dip their toes in and learn AI little by little. You're just like, no, fuck it, I'm going straight for the boss, and you just like you went straight to level 8, and you fought the dragon right away. Like you jumped in, like like you said before, like you didn't want to. Oh, I don't want to go into that part. That shit's scary. And then you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna ask it to do this for me. And then you found something else that it had to interact with, and then that had something else that it had to interact with.
That's like, but how do I
And
do
it's
that?
just,
Give me the
yeah, it's just like
instructions. Break it
everybody
down to me
else is
like I'm
sort of like
stupid.
tiptoeing, and you just fucking went for full force,
Uh,
which is wild.
well, and
Wild.
that's the thing is like I won't do that with Cloudbot though. I understand the technology enough to the point where it's like Cloudbot's cool, but it's scary. Um, Even on a
Yeah.
completely solo machine with nothing else running on it, on its own VPN, like it's still pretty freaking scary just trying to give that any level of unrestricted access. So what I did
Yeah, that's
was I
wild.
took and I built out a Linux machine, and I'm using excuse me, Docker containers to run different apps, different pieces of my system. Whether it's if you're looking at the live stream, you can kind of see I've got a trade agent Docker, copy party, polytrader, my Redis system. I've got a bunch of different uh, where's my cluster? Here's my cluster. I've got multiple laptops and a cell phone that are working and doing research tasks, running token calls, pulling the data, and aggregating it, pushing it back to my main server here.
Damn.
So like I've created my own agentic cluster now that's running research tasks for me 24/7. Trade workers that are doing their trade research. I've got entire market, like a whole thing of processes for my infrastructure when it comes to just the whole dashboard system that like this whole dashboard built out specifically so I can monitor and manage all the tools I'm creating at once. So this is my little master control center. But even down to when we were talking about the bots, right, or the trade bot,
Mhm.
how do you get to the point where your trading system is going to even work, right? Well, you need historical data. You need the actual trading lingo. You need to know what patterns you're looking for. You need all this shit that I don't know that information. I'm not a trader, right? I'm not a
Right.
trader. So that's what I've.
Which I think, to be honest with you, building an arbitrage bot, not knowing or not being a trader, not necessarily not knowing because you know, but not actually being a trader and building a trading bot, I think you might actually have an advantage because you're covering all the bases without knowing what they are at
Yeah,
all.
from like
Or
the layman's term,
right,
like from a person who's not like, what do I need to know about how? Oh, I don't get that. Well, explain this shit to me and simplify it, and I'll give me an ability to read it better. Um, and the more I I push my agents into doing that for me, the better breakdowns I will get. And a good example is being able to take these charts and start pulling the different, like the key levels of support out of there, seeing all these different, like half these numbers I don't fully understand yet. It looks like some of these are a little, no, it's all put for Solana on that one. Like I can click between all these different tokens here,
So crazy.
for like Jupiter, for example, and you can kind of see on the 5 minute chart what's going on. You can see where the different the BB upper and lower, the different support and the resistance lines are at. Like it's really cool. I don't fully understand these numbers, right? But now that
Yeah,
I've
there's
got
a
this
bunch of
being,
people that track those candles, the red and the green and all that shit. I get it, but I understand what you mean. Like I don't understand the numbers either.
well,
I
it's
know
these
what
lines.
all the green and red. Yeah,
You
I
see
know what
those.
that means, but
I don't even know what these so these lines and these like these pattern lines that are pulling out
yeah,
all those different key levels. That's the stuff a lot of these guys are like, oh yeah, I need all these
exactly.
lines, and I'm like, I don't know
Yeah,
what that means, but I can tell my agent now to go through and pull all this historical data,
that's
start
wild.
comparing it to the different trends and the like right down here you can see this is a squeeze pending breakout, Bollinger squeeze detected, breakout's imminent. That's been for a couple days now. It explains what to watch, if about a 50% breakout in 1 to 2 days, if it breaks above the upper band, momentum play. So like that tells my agent right there that if it hits that certain level and breaks that level of resistance, that it's on a momentum trend and it's okay to start buying in further to that token.
Wow.
And that's a whole level of me not understanding. Like, I don't get that shit, right? But trading all the agent to do all that and understand it. And I'm running this all in a dry run right now, so this isn't actual real money that I'm spending. Because if you could look up
Hmm.
here, it says like 4,100 Sol. Um, that's not right.
That's yeah.
Um, so it's like it's interesting because I can go.
Otherwise, if you had that much, you wouldn't need to make this bot in the first place.
Right. Well, I mean, unless the bot's making it for me, because that's what it shows.
Right.
That I went and I
Ew.
invested point
So this is
three
a
three Sol.
virtual simulation that it's pulling that data from, or
So it's all real data, and
oh,
it's
okay.
simulating as the real
Right.
data comes through. So this is a live simulation, live data, live trading stuff. If it was like actually trading, but it's just using a mock data at that point. So if it would buy and
Right.
sell, oh, that's my
That's your
profit or
threshold. That's
whatever.
time to
Yeah.
sell. Right. Gotcha.
It got grid systems built out. Arbitration bot's been 46,000 scans for arbitration opportunities. And there's not a lot of arbitration opportunities. That's the funny part. But
Hmm.
entire profit
That's
loss
interesting.
statements and like being able to see exactly, like, oh, yep, there's some data error right there, plus 477 souls, probably not accurate. But you can see where the rest of the trades are going, where, it is losing on some of these trades because of the sell signals. So then I gotta go back and be like, okay, why did the sell signal hit?
Oh wow.
And like you don't want to lose money, so the goal is
That's
making sure it's not
tricky.
seeing improper sell signals or improper
I didn't
buy
even think
signals,
about that. The
right?
data packets that are lost, and then it kind of can't catch up because it doesn't know. I mean, it
Yeah.
can, but it has to pick up again from when the new signal comes back. That's
Or
wild.
and then you need to have more funds in order to be able to continue doing that, and you don't want to be buying or
Damn.
selling less than the amount of the fees on top of it, So, and a really cool part, I'm going to show you this too, because this is what I'm excited as freaking hell about. So, this is you've all heard of Polymarket, right? Now,
Um, I
you
have, yeah.
yeah, so Polymarket, you can bet on absolutely anything. Yeah, it's on Polygon, obviously, but what I've done
Those are
is
starting to pop up all over the place. There's a mainstream one that just takes like not it doesn't take crypto. It's just
oh
you can use your credit card to like bet on real world events. I forgot what it's
yeah,
called, but
yeah, I
it's similar
forgot
to that.
they came out with that recently, but I just know like on the news,
Called
po-
Future or something like that.
Polymarket's massive. Like they've been talking about that
Yeah.
on between CNN and Fox and all the different top news, just because of potential fraud built into it. And I mean, even
Oh
when
no
it comes
shit.
to, there's a story that came out with, Kalashi or whatever.
There it is. Classy. Yep.
Thanks, John Z. What's up, brother? Um,
What's up, John Z?
but the good example is how many tweets will Elon have by the end of the week or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, and the
Mm-hmm.
same wallet has made over like 1.5 million dollars over the last few weeks just by continually. It's like there's a private chat that was released and some screenshots were sent out, and it's like, oh yeah, these guys are all sharing their $15,000, $25,000 kickbacks, from getting in. The second you have a chance to bet on these things, you're able to bet at a smaller amount, and if you're betting on the yes or whatever, and there's 10% chance that it's going to be a yes, well, one of them is going to be big. But if you're putting $5 here or $10 there, that hits yes at 100%, your $5 turns into 100 or something like that, right? Because you're buying stuff at the cheaper amount, but then the more people that are buying in, trying to get the whatever. It's interesting how it works. But really, what it does is it rewards you for being early to your bet and for being correct on that early to your bet. So you're still a 50-50 chance, because it's pretty much a yes or a no. And what my system does is it goes through and it pulls the data from Polymarket. And then I have another agent
Oh damn.
going through, and my second agent goes through all the news headlines, and it correlates the Polymarket bets to the news headlines, whether it's stuff going on in the shit going on overseas, like will the U.S. attack by this date or whatever. And you can go through, and I can even see from my trade
I
history,
mean,
like, will the
I
Iranian
it,
regime fall by the 30th, or that kind of all that kind of stuff, right? It will bet based
this is
off.
incredible, but how sad is it that we're actually baking bets based on whether we're going to go to war or not?
Oh,
That's
it's
wait, it's
it's every
fucking
like
wild.
no.
Oh
No, you're 100%
my
correct.
god.
I was talking to the missus about that yesterday. When it
Jesus
comes down to
Christ.
it, though, it's like it doesn't matter if it's who's going to win the Democratic presidency nomination, or will the price of Bitcoin be above 72K by the end of today? Will so and so get the prize at the whatchamacallit awards, whatever, in a week or two?
Right.
All that shit.
Oscars.
Yeah, like all that kind of crap. All
Yeah.
the way down to sports and
I was on a
like
podcast last week where we were doing allegedly betting on the Oscars. We had a
yeah,
whole poll going. It's
right.
crazy.
So
Yeah, because we used to do like fantasy football, and since football's over, we're like, fuck it, let's bet on the Oscars. That's how much of a degen culture we're in.
well, true. That's the. Well, I mean, you got all the
Jesus.
different betting apps we have in general. So what my system does is it tries to front run. So if I get a news alert, whether it's like somebody got I want to say, I don't even know anybody in basketball right now, but like there's NBA finals are coming up, right, or something like that. So like, what if
Yeah.
all of a sudden it comes out that somebody sprained their stinking ankle, and that dude just happens to be the top freaking, or one of the top guys on the team that's going to be essential in the starting lineup,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, well, let's immediately go through and bet against that team for the outcome or something. You know what I mean? And we can go and put $5 on that. And it can purposely try to take those long shots and be the first one to kind of to front run other people kind of going into that. And then the best part is I don't even have to have the bet be accurate or win. You just want to be in before the trend goes up and back and down, so it might be a 10% chance that these guys are going to lose, but then somebody sprains their ankle, it might drop to a 50. But if I bet that they're going to lose, or bet that they're going to win or whatever, and it changes at 40%, I sell. But they still come back through and win. It doesn't matter that my bet was wrong or not, because I went through and took advantage of the odds and then monetized that.
I believe that's what they call hedging your bet.
Yep. Or just getting out of your bet and selling out when you have a chance to. Also,
Hmm.
so I mean, that's just the poly market one. uh, um, I'm doing the same kind of thing, the concept for the token trading when it comes to the news and stuff like that. So that pulls from there. And the really fun part, I've got my rejected Discord bot now, a Slack bot that I'm using to be able to access things from. I'm working on a copy party, which is pretty much my own file server that's going to be able to allow me to easily bring files back and forth between things. But the really neat part about what I'm also building into this whole platform is
Yeah.
my system critique. So on top of everything else, I've got an agent that goes through and regularly critiques my entire system top to bottom. And now this needs to be refreshed still because it needs to go through and do another whatchamacallit. This has already been fixed with Redis and stuff, which is funny. So I'm curious on why it still shows that, but that's part of
Huh.
just me building out this system alone. And once I'm able to get this back end system running and um,
Well,
without
you're seeing in real time why you're testing because these
yeah,
things happen and you have to figure them out before it goes
exactly.
live.
And
Yeah.
by the time I've got this all set up now, this is pretty cool, right? I've been able to
Juice
build
is
this
good.
whole back end home. This is my home server essentially now. Um, the next level that I leveled up last night again. Big level
Of
up
course
last
you
night.
did.
It's
I think I saw that post.
yeah, it's something called tail scale, and it's essentially
That sounds
a
pain.
what's up?
I said that sounds painful. Sorry.
Tail scale. It's essentially uh, a VPN mesh that you can easily deploy any machine that you've got into without having to be on the same network or even connected. Like I've got my phone on it, and because my phone here is on it, I'm able to like just like I'm on a VPN, type in the IP to pull up my fun little command center here, and when I'm out, talking to my parents, my brother and my aunt and uncle and stuff today at our lunch, I'll be able to show them my server status right from lunch, not even having to log into anything at this point because I've already have my phone built into a secure mesh on my VPN. Same thing with my Surface Pro now. I got my Surface Pro connected, so I'm able to actually SSH directly into the back end of
I
my
meant to
server.
ask you about that. Sorry to keep interrupting, but I have questions.
Oh no, that's fine. That's the
The
best part about talking to somebody.
the Surface is still a thing?
I don't know. I mean, I've got a Surface 7 Pro, so I got that about 5 years ago, maybe
Okay,
five and a half
all
years
right.
ago,
I didn't
and
know those are still being supported because I thought those were on the touchscreen Windows 10 version, right?
probably. No, I think it was
Yeah.
Windows. Oh, I was able to get Windows 11 on there. I was able to upgrade to
Oh,
11.
really? Okay.
But
All
I
right.
put
Sorry, I'm being a nerd.
no, I
I
put
didn't mean to
Linux
interrupt
on there,
you.
dude. I put Ubuntu on there.
Oh, hell
Everything
yeah.
except for my main desktop that
That
I'm
makes more sense. If
stream.
it's jailbroken and you're still using it, that makes way more sense than if you were just using it, as how it came out of the box. It
Well, and I
makes
was
a ton
doing
of
that
sense.
up until about a week ago. I haven't been using it as much, but like I did all the pixel jammers. I I put Adobe on there, and I did all the pixel art for the pixel jammers on this thing with on Windows 11. Did a bunch of stuff working with um, Visual Studio and a little bit of I built the entire gallery on Soul using that machine. So when I was doing the actual building the whole mint page for that and all, the minting system for that. That was all on the Surface. So it's interesting what you're still able to do on that machine. But when it came down to Windows, you just can't get enough stuff cleaned out of the back end to make it run the way that I want it to run.
The question that I have for you: how does the bandwidth look on that with all that information, especially on the mobile phone, with everything going back and forth? Uh, I would imagine that the bandwidth has something has would how do I
So,
put it, would actually have a play into how things
so you can
move
tell
around in
this
that ecosystem, I suppose.
like this local host here. This is the cell phone. Like an older.
Wow.
I want to say. It's the one with the rounded edges. One of the older Galaxy Notes from about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe.
Galaxy 3, Galaxy 5 tab, maybe.
Nah, I think it's a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, that's about right. Around there.
But yeah,
Galaxy tab.
I mean, it ain't a bad phone, but I mean, at the
No,
same
not at
time, it's
all.
able to sit and do my work. Like I've got
Samsungs are the shit, dude.
I've got a two like 8 gig RAM, i3 processor, laptop, like a $250 $300 Walmart laptop running. But because I've got Linux on there, it's not using squat for the operating system. Allows you to be able to focus all that power into whatever I need it to. Like even this thing right here. So this machine, this is my laptop that I was using before I got the desktop a couple years ago, and this thing works pretty damn decent. It's got 16 gig RAM. It's got an i7. But I'm also like doing Unity work. I'm building out Rejected Empire and everything on there, right? So because of how I've got Tailscale set up, through my Surface, I'm able to connect through Tailscale and use this other. I want to say it's called Moonbeam, maybe, or
I've actually
Moonlight.
heard of that.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
through you, probably.
it's pretty much remote desktop, but for this system, like this kind of a system that I built, it allows me to instantly take over and control this, and I can actually play and run my game remotely through screen control, system control on the Surface Pro, just using the whatchamacallit, when you're on your cell phone, yeah, whatever, the mobile hotspot. There we go. So
Gotcha.
I can use my mobile hotspot, tail scale on my phone, tail scale on the actual Surface Pro, and it's seamless. I'm like working directly in the back end terminal of my server, and I'm able to directly access Claude and, Claude, I need you to go through, update this. I'm not seeing these numbers correctly. I need you to go take care of this, this, and this, and this. Similar to how you'd be using your OpenClaw, that kind of concept. But the difference
Mm-hmm,
is,
mm-hmm.
instead of it being fully autonomous, I've got all these different sectionalized containers set up,
Yeah,
and the security, in between it all.
this only makes sense to me because we were just talking about this on my live show the other day. But we specifically had like a 20-minute story about OpenClaw.
And that's the crazy part, is just more and more people, what is his name? Freaking Frank, that guy. Who's Frank again? I don't know. If you don't remember Frank, that's okay. He hasn't done a whole lot still, besides spend a crap ton of money and tell people about, oh man, I got my open claw doing this. And it's like, yeah, but what's your clawbot like you're, it's funny
There's so many things that are shared now that people are taking credit for, especially like, oh, look what I made. It's like, dude, that song is AI. I can do that too. You know what I mean? It's like
or even they're just
they're taking credit for other people's shit.
well, even just like with the cloud, the whole cloud thing in general, you can, oh, I made this, hey, I'm making money on my trading, like I didn't have to do that. Half the time that's all completely fake to begin with. Like there's no way on God's great earth you're able
You
to
know?
plug in this open claw and it just start trading and making you money. Like I was joking with the president of Minnesota blockchain about it because he jumps in and he's like, so, you know, Mr. Fun Guy, share the infinite money glitch with me. Teach me, Obi-Wan, or something like that. Because I'm gonna be speaking about AI at the end, you know, in 15 days at their
Oh wow.
whatchamacallit, the event in Minnesota here. So I'll be actually speaking live about
What's
AI
up,
and
dude?
using this. So he, you know, he's
Oh yeah,
joking about
congrats, man.
that.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And you know, we were going back and forth, being silly about it because it's like it's funny, and but at the same time, it's like I don't want people to think that there's an infinite money glitch either because that's so unrealistic.
Dangerous. Yeah. It's also you don't want to lead them down the path of like, oh, there's a shortcut to everything because there's not. You're essentially building a shortcut by for them by doing what you're doing, but by no means what you're doing is a shortcut to make that shortcut for other people. Does that
Oh,
make sense?
yeah. Well, and a good example is when I so the first time I went to one of the blockchain groups, um, there's a older gentleman. You know, I'm getting old myself, so I can't even say that too much anymore. But he's probably in like 15 years, maybe further than I am. You know, in his mid 50s, early 60s, perhaps. And this guy's like, so I've been a developer for 35 years and stuff. And I'm like, oh, killer, dude, that's awesome. What kind of stuff do you make? He's like, I work on back end stuff mostly, you know, doing a lot of debugging and this, that, and the other, and trying to get, you know, making, you know, working on APIs and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's freaking in the weeds, man. Hell yeah, that's deep stuff. And he was like, well, what about you? I'm like, I do a lot of full stack work, you know, like front, back end. I'm working on this, that, and the other. I built a few things, you know, full platforms in Web3 and stuff. And yeah, and he's like, oh, wow, how did you do all that so fast? He's like, he's like, how long have you been doing this for? You know, I'm like, oh, less than 2 years. like,
You
I,
probably shouldn't tell people that because they're just gonna be like, "Oh
well,
fuck,
he got,
what? What?"
you know, and I feel like it offended him a little bit, you know, and he's like, oh, so
Yeah, that's what I'm
he
saying.
goes, so you
Don't say
vibe,
that to everybody, man.
and he
Don't
goes, so
take it personally.
so you vibe coded that, huh? And that's kind of where I like to stop, you know, and kind of like
Hmm.
re refocus on what vibe coding is, refocus on what developers do, programmers do, and then kind of find that middle to side of the spectrum on the dev side that I take care of, because it's like you can't just vibe code the Clubhouse. You can't just vibe code an MMORPG. You can't just vibe code a full-fledged trading platform. You can go through and get a bunch of the information set. You can kind of get the structure of the platform, but then you have to go through and then test, check the freaking. You're going through and checking, you know, hundreds of thousands of lines of code and files that have been made by the agents, and going through and confirming architecture, like the actual structure of the software, making sure you don't have the same file being referenced three different ways in three different locations, and have part of that, you know, like there's AI can be so fragmented, and not for as logical as it is. It can make some very illogical decisions as far as just building your software for you. So like, there's a lot of oversight. It's more or less management and uh, bot instant equip. I'm not sure what that is. Paulo Paxity bot instant equip. I'm curious on what that is.
Even even in real time, you're still learning. You know what I mean? This is exactly what I'm talking about. As you as you try to simplify it, you're just like, oh, this is something new, and then you have to fix that, and then it becomes a rabbit hole. So
Yup.
it's like, okay,
No, and you can
okay.
spend, and
That's
then
why I was making fun of him. Like, you're doing too much, bro. You're just like, no, I'm doing exactly what I have to do.
well, then you gotta think on top of it all, the concept of database structure. You know, like
My
on the
God.
not even. I mean, you start going into SQL and what
I
you're
feel like I
trying.
should apologize because if it wasn't for that night that we were both up randomly at the same time, this wouldn't even be a thing right now.
But on the other side of it too, I mean, even without our conversation, because I haven't even revisited that original code since I created it.
Oh,
Um,
wow, really?
yeah, this is all brand new code. And that's
Wow.
uh, and that's the thing, you know. It's like
It's the same idea, essentially.
sa-
The exact same thing.
same idea to an extent. We were talking about arbitration, and I started off trying to work with this Arbot, and the problem
Yeah.
that I
This is,
found with
yeah,
our
you're right. This is more of like a trading tool versus an arbitration
this is a
tool.
full-fledged agentic trading system.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
trading it on pattern analysis and charting history and all that kind of stuff.
That shit on steroids.
We
Yeah.
were, yeah, when we were first talking about this bot, we were talking about, like you said, of two, three, four tokens, and then trying to figure out the differences between the pools, and then take advantage of those price swings. Now the problem is Jupiter took it all away. Like arbitration bots are almost like if you can use Jupiter for a lot, but it's pretty much nixed all the need for arbitration bots. Jupiter's ran that through their system so hard. You go through and push a trade through, it's going to take the least amount of path of least resistance every single time now. And they've like it's bonkers with the Jupiter API what they've got. It removes a lot of those original needs for the different bots that help keep prices accurate between the different pools. Yeah, now Jupiter just will fractionalize your purchase out, so things all kind of connect the way that they're supposed to, and route the way that it wants. And that's part of the reason why I started going deeper into the trade side of stuff. And it's like, okay, and then even after I started going into the trading bot, like when it comes to the token side of things, the amount of data that you need in order to even understand what's a good position on that token, for that agent to understand it, you have to have a ton of historical data for it to even have an idea. And half the time, it's still not making correct. Like this is 2.5 weeks of me working on, or about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks of me working on this. It's
Does
still,
all that data get dumped, or do you store that locally?
I'm
How does that work?
storing it all locally. I've
Wow.
so I mean, if you can see though, like this disk only has 41 gig used. Um, I'm only using 25 gig out of my 62 for my memory. And
Wow.
my CPU I don't think has gotten higher than 10% yet, as far as running all this simultaneously.
I'll be maxing that shit out, dude.
Well,
Overclocking everything.
but that's what I'm working on slowly but surely, is building this foundation. Because on top of all this,
Wow.
I'm gonna have additional agents running stuff on the Clubhouse for me. Like this is allowed. Like what I'm able to do with this tech is gonna allow me to be able to SSH back into this server from my main Clubhouse server, where the whole platform is running right now, and being able to pull charts, data, all that stuff, and pipe it right into the Clubhouse for people to use. Like I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the
Yeah.
level of it. So like people are like, oh, what can you do, or what can you really do? Like what I've been trying to figure out is how do I monetize the my ability to code and build and everything, right? Like I can make things for other
The only way I can
people, but
describe how you're feeling right now is maybe this is just for our generation because I think I'm older than you anyway, but
not by much.
not by much. But what that that feeling that you just emoted was like a kid that really likes to read, getting a new book and smelling it the first time. He's like, it's like something new. I can't wait to open this shit and see what happens at the end. And that's what you're doing right now.
But
You're
you got to
like
enjoy the journey
opening a
too.
new book. Yeah, yeah. I can't enjoy the journey. I just want to see how it ends. I want to get to the fucking wallet. You know what I'm saying?
and and
Fucking full wallet.
and that's the and that's the toughest part about doing what I've been doing for the last few years. Oh, you got a kiddo who just came home. Hey, Hunter. Don't mind the puppy dog barks. Uh,
That's all right. I'm about to have some family over too.
no, we just had a kiddo come home from a sleepover. So, um,
Nice.
but yeah, no, it's it's a lot like that. Just because like the wanting to get to that finish line and see things, working exactly how I want and running how I want it to, and making the money right and seeing that return at the same time. Like for those of you guys who don't know me very well, like, I don't play a whole lot of like I really don't play games. The video games I play generally are while I'm live streaming with you guys. I don't do a whole lot of much of anything besides take care of kids and house and hang out a little bit, watch a little bit of TV nowadays. But otherwise, even while I'm watching movies with the missus, like the TV's behind me, like I've got this whole station that I can work on in between housework, exercise, family stuff, and then build. So like when people think of what do you do, or how do you put the time and the effort into something, and it doesn't matter if you're tired when you wake up or before you go to bed or this, that, or the other. It's if you spend your spare time improving, learning, building, and growing. Like, yeah, after a while it's exhausting, but at the same time, like, it's all I can really, it's all I really do and think about is trying to learn.
The
Um,
fact that you have an entire life beyond the clubhouse and the rejects, like in other words, you're a family man. I know that for a fact.
6 kids.
Um, and I think I've made this joke before. As a matter of fact, like I told you, I haven't slept in like 24 hours. I was just on a stream last night with Snoop D Fox from Souls, and it's hilarious because he's got like 15 grandkids,
Oh yeah.
5 kids, like, and I don't have that. Like, I don't have children. I have a dog, but she stays with my brother most of the time, and I barely get shit done. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. I don't have grandkids. I don't have any of that shit. And it boggles my mind how you're still imagine if, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, but just imagine how much you would have you would have done already
Oh, I know.
if you didn't have that family in place. But the fact that you're getting that much done with the family in place is insane. How you and Snoop do it, I I am not I'm not that good of a person. I'm not that much of a man,
Well,
apparently.
I also don't
I can
have
barely
like a
take
nine
care
to
of
five.
myself.
I don't have a 9 to 5. My missus is the only reason why I'm able to put the time and effort into learning the way that I have over the last year and few months, and build the rejects over the last 3 years and stuff, and Web3 and work in Web3 in general. My missus works in corporate trust, so she's the breadwinner. She pays the bills. I I don't reinvest a bunch of stuff back into Web3. I don't have an income to do that. So like my airdrops and stuff, like I just don't take my funds out. It's all rolled back into profits, roll back into more profits for me. So this is the way I look at the Clubhouse, the Web3, what my daily role as a founder for this project, and what I'm building is like it's a unpaid until it's paid. It's a very large bet on myself, long term. Like we all bought into
But don't take
shitty
any
tokens.
don't take anything away from yourself though. You still have a family to take care of, and it's not like you don't have responsibilities
Oh,
outside of the
true,
clubhouse and your project.
true story.
That's just that's just crazy that you're essentially juggling all these things and still getting that much accomplished. It's you. Hats off to you and any fathers or single mothers out there. I'm not saying you're a single father, but anybody that's basically busting their ass and then some. You guys are the shit because I'm busting my ass just to keep myself afloat. God forbid if I had any kids. Jesus Christ, they'd be in trouble. I would be the worst fucking father.
I know.
Ugh,
I
I
think
can't even imagine.
I think people give themselves a lot less credit because as humans, you might think that that's not your place, this, that, and the other, but it's crazy, what uh, people step up to when chips are down
Sure.
and shit happens.
The only thing I think that I have a bit about like I guess if you want to call it my stand-up routine, my non-existent stand-up routine. I have a joke about that. It's like if I did have a kid, I would be the best father because I wouldn't have to buy any new toys. They could just use mine. I still play with fucking pop figures and Lego and shit,
Oh, there
so
you
I
go.
don't have to go out and buy new toys. I got all the video game systems. You know what I mean? I'd make a great dad. I don't know. Like I would make a cool dad, not a great father. Maybe that's what I should say. There
Yeah,
would be no food in the pantry, but we'd always have video games.
you have fun. Looks like Paulo Pax just mentioned they minted a GM Life NFT. Let's freaking go, dude!
Let's
Congrats.
go.
I'm curious on which one you minted, bro. I'm not sure. As a heads up for
Is that in
those
the
of you guys
clubhouse
looking
chat? Where
though,
is this going on?
that was through X
Oh,
on the
nice,
live
nice.
stream.
Shout out to X. Nice.
I can see I've got my um, X, Twitch, and whatever it's called, YouTube, all kind of pipes into
Shout out
one
to everybody
multi-stream
on
chat.
X.
Yeah, shout
Go
out to
follow
everybody
me on
watching.
X too.
31 people on the stream at the moment. So before I forget,
Oh, nice.
we are getting closer to the end of the event just because I do have other stuff to do today. Don't forget, jump into the live tab right here. Click join giveaway. We got 4 people in the giveaway wheel. 50,000 sun to the winner. The winner will be able to mint a GM, at least a uh, legendary GM Life booster card. On top of that, speaking of Snoop DeFox, I got a badass Can of Souls 420 Clubhouse
Oh yeah.
live. He did put a slightly higher buy-in, and what that does is it's a raffle. So what he's doing is he's offering an OG reject and for second place 500 CSZ 420. Looks like 0.015 soul for the buy-in to start, which ain't bad. We're at like 0.7 or zero point 0.8 soul, something like that. I like to wait for people to sell and then I go through and sweep the floors up nice for everybody. But yeah, we got a few people in the game on it already. And yeah,
I won a Pixel Jammer last week in his stream.
nice, nice.
Hell yeah.
There's still a founder's pass and a rejected bot up for grabs. I'm gonna wait until there's still a few more people in on that one because those founders passes are spendy. And then yeah, there's a OG giveaway here for super cheap up for grabs, as well as a very cheap buy-in for 0.01 rejected to try to win 1500 rejected. So that's a nice little possible win. I'll give you guys a chance if anybody wants to jump into those. I will end up for sure running maybe both of these two. Yeah, I might end up running both of these guys before we're done here. So jump on in. This is the Rejected Rumbles. So all you gotta do is go clubhouse.io, click on the fun little games spot right here and jump into Rejected Rumbles. Make sure you join on up. I did add, because of Snoop, and I think Uniki was telling me to at one point, but the biggest suggestion recently was we need to see the prizes up front here, you know, and now we have the pictures and the actual data for the prizes. You don't have to go all the way in and click on the rewards in order to see them anymore, which is pretty neat. That's a nice little upgrade I pushed yesterday, I think. And then I do want to make sure I point out a couple quick things too before I forget, as we're getting closer towards the end. For those of you guys who are like, oh, he's talking about his Go Clubhouse and this, that, and the other, like, what is the Clubhouse, right? So the whole purpose of this is Discord's only done so much. Yeah, motherfuckers. Discord's only done so much for us. So what I've done is I have added. Oh, was on the toilet? What is happening? Rejected Rumbles, brother. Jump on in. There's a few different things live right here to join in for Rejected Rumbles. That allows you to win either OG Reject. There's a Founders Pass up for 0.05. 0.015 soul. There's a OG and some CSE 420. So there's a few different Rejected Rumbles that are live on the Clubhouse. But the Clubhouse in general, why am I building this? From before day one, 5 years ago at least now. I want to say beginning or end of 2020, maybe beginning of 2021, around there. On the Wax blockchain, working with John Z and I forget his name. Ryzen, I think he goes by now. Zach, he used to go by Zach. Draco Dice. We were talking about the main, like, the biggest concerns with Discord is it's a centralized system. It's not like you're not able. It's not Web3 native. You have to have all. How do you get your assets to be read and used in your Discord community? And like, since then we've had a lot of the like roll bots, and we've done all these different things where you can do staking through bot assistance, and you can do all this stuff using bots. But it's still not a Web3 native system. It's still requiring you to pay outside of having a Discord and outside of your Nitro subscription and the your boosts that you're pushing towards your, like, 15 boosts, plus you need to have a bunch of bots. Like, there's just a lot of downside to Discord in general. You know, that outweighs a lot of the upside in a lot of times. So we have been talking about this I've been talking about this for months or years, where we need something that's native for Web3 that helps with the level of interconnected community interaction between token projects, NFTs, everything. So why did I build the Clubhouse? Because this is what I've been wanting for a system for 5 years. Something where you can talk to people, where you can open up and instantly hibernate the rest of the platform, but utilize your own chat system, talk to people, freaking click on somebody's name, send a freaking tip, send an NFT over to your friend right from the freaking friends list, have built-in profiles, interaction, be able to see people's badges and everything all in one location, see their stats and what they're doing in their interaction on the platform itself, and then on top of it all, being able to go through, not just talking a global side, because our global chat is cross-chain, but being able to jump into the different communities and talk to, whether it's somebody from the rejects chat, or talk to some, or see the announcements that are out right now, or like, I've got different chat channels within the communities even. Like, I've got this set up to the point where it's at least a very solid live beta of potential for what the Clubhouse really could be. Now, you're talking earlier, you're like, how much it's changed, and like, dang, I didn't know you could really improve it to this point. Like, this is still the beginning of my vision for the clubhouse, you guys. Like,
Mm.
the white label system, multiple, like, as it is right now, you can add any token in any NFT collection in a devless onboarding system to the clubhouse to use. You're able to monetize and find value with absolutely any token or any NFT collection on the Solana blockchain just by jumping in, and like, you don't have to pay for a developer to like, where are we going to stake our NFTs? Well, add your collection, you can stake for rejected tokens for free. We already have an ecosystem. You can jump in and use our rejected rumbles. You can use your NFTs as a PFP in GM Life or in Rejected Idol. Use it as a PFP on the platform. Like, Retrospect's got his Omerta's going. Freaking my other account right here. That's a golden something or whatever from Base Chain. Snoop DeFox has one of his guys going over there. It looks like I got a Doodle Devil, a 3D doodle,
Mm-hmm.
a CNFT from the Doodle Devils going on there. So it's like being able to give people the comfort, the ability, that some familiarity even of what the Discord vibe kind of is, but at the same time boosting the hell out of it and being able to give a lot more than what we originally allowed. Like, I've upgraded, the concept of what you can do with, a group where you can, instead of adding only 9 friends, I have it so you can add up to 14 friends into a group chat. Being able to, even in the near future, go through a whole bot system where you can actually add your own chat bots or your own game bots, this, that, and the other. And when you go in, it's a direct instance accessing that bot with anybody else that wants to join you. Just that level of what the hell, we could do absolutely anything we want if we just kind of creatively come up with how we want to add it and how we want to implement it. And yeah, that's the clubhouse in a nutshell. It's everything we need in a Web3 format for building communities and engaging with our community. So I think the craziest part about it all is when I talk to people in real life, especially the people at like the Minnesota blockchain group and everything. They're like, well, have you told anybody about your platform yet? Like, yeah, I think I'm just a little too early, to market at this point. Like, people aren't ready 100% for the clubhouse. One, it's a lot of fucking everything
Also,
packed into one.
you don't want to give them the idea so they can start working on it and maybe beat you to it. There's
Oh,
such thing as maybe spilling the alpha a little bit too
I,
early.
I've
I
been
don't
telling
know.
and I've been spilling this alpha for years, dude. I told Frank
Yeah,
and
I
the D
know.
gods about this before I even started the build. Like, hey, I want to build this with you.
Yeah.
Let's do it together. Oh, that's gonna cost too much money and take too long, and we don't have enough devs for that, and I don't see that as being a pot. That's just gonna. There's like really big companies out there that are already doing that kind of thing, and it's like, yeah, and not one of them has done it. And Discord hasn't even been able to freaking cross that freaking bridge. So somebody needs to. And, like, if anybody's going to try to build the Web3 version of Facebook and Discord combined with a little bit of Yahoo Games thrown in, that's going to be me.
Nice,
Yeah,
dude.
you know,
That was fucking perfect.
right? Like, that's what I've been saying. Like, that's the the clubhouse is that, and the embodiment of that spirit right there, essentially, is Discord, Facebook, and Yahoo Games rolled into a package. And at some point, yeah, I want to have chess and checkers, one-on-one stuff, freaking leaderboards. I'll have,
Yeah, that would be dope.
like, I am, now that I'm at the point where I'm at with this right now, because people are still super chill about the concept of like the cross chain and everything. Like, they're about the concept of going cross chain. You've already been talking about wanting it on Polygon, and like, imagine having all these tools and everything else going on, but me also being able to push my Snake clone, Tic Tac Toe, freaking Galaga, Pong, Asteroids, all these kind of
That'd be
games, right?
awesome.
And giving people the ability to freaking like 1v1 leaderboard competitions, all this stuff, and your own freaking native tokens and on your own chain. But
Well,
also,
speaking
like,
of games, this whole time you've been talking, I entered some of the
you
rumbles,
got into the rumbles.
but am I supposed to be able to look at the OG reject giveaway time again?
So you click
I
on
can't
that.
join that. Is that supposed to be running or no?
It hasn't ran yet. So
On
when
the other ones, when I click view game, I'm able to choose booster and join battle.
yeah, you've already joined.
Uh,
You've already joined the OG reject.
oh, is that why? Okay,
Yeah, you're in there already. And then
I see. All right.
I see you're not in.
Oh, yes, I can
You're
see
not in the
it
test
now.
one yet.
Sorry. Yep.
That's all
Okay.
good. It takes a little bit to kind of understand the layout and stuff like that too. I do have.
Oh, you want me to join the test as well?
I mean, if
Yeah, I
it's
can.
only 0.01 rejected, so the goal is
Yeah, I'll
to
do
give
that.
people as many options and opportunities to win as possible. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna run this OG giveaway. Start this epic battle. All right. So
That's actually kind of smart. So since I'm already in it, I can't see to join because I'm already joined. Makes sense.
we're gonna go to process run it, but you can, since you're in there, you can watch the battle log from your side if you want. For the giveaway time again, OG
Oh yeah,
reject.
I saw
So
that.
if you go into
Very
battle
cool.
log, and I'm gonna start processing the rounds here. So first round just pushed. Looks like John Z died, Canisol died, player died. Well, actually, looks like the two of the unnamed players just died. Gene guy killed one of the guys. I am Tim 2. Looks like Snoop still. I thought Snoop died. No, a week late killed. A week late scouted. Okay. And then I go over to process round 2. Game is not active. What? Oh, that was weird. It must have ran the rounds out automatically for me. Interesting.
It looks like it because the game, yeah, it's not on the site anymore. Like immediately it vanished.
Well, you can go over to the history and you can see.
Oh, cool.
So speaking of who won, looks like you won. A week late caught Snoop D Fox off guard
Oh,
and
what?
defeated him. Looks like you're the winner, brother. 2
Oh,
kills.
he's not gonna be happy about that. I just beat him in poker too.
Oh, that's freaking hilariously awesome. Well,
Ah,
congrats, bro. So yeah, it even
thank you, thank you.
go through the whole thing. You see who wins, who dies, what all happens towards the end, and yeah, that turned out. You know, you won that one,
Oh
brother.
yeah, dude.
Good
Thank
job on
you, thank
getting in
you.
there before you had a chance to not. And then yeah, for those of you guys who have a win to claim, make sure you go over to that history of legends, find your game, you go into the rewards, and where it says your first place prize pending from on my side, you will have a claim reward right there and being able to get your prize nice and easy, and you pull it right off the page. And then let's knock out our other test run here.
Which one was that now? That was the.
That was giveaway time again, OG reject.
Gotcha.
And a lot of time you should be able to click in like my games or join games and see which prizes you're able to collect. Some of those are old. I'm looking at here. Oh, interesting.
I mean, everything's just super clean.
I gotta figure out what's up with this whole claim prizes. No claimable prizes for my wallet. Nice. Ha. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna have to fix that. This is why I like to go through and test my stuff on a regular basis and see where all this coming from. Because for some reason it has those claim prizes on there, even though there's nothing for me to claim. Where is? Oh, those are the all games. Okay, let's run this other test game here. Alright, we got 7 people in. Good luck, guys. Process round 1, round 2, process round 3, process round 4. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh my god, did you just win again?
No.
Yeah, you just killed Gene Guy this time. That's funny.
No. What the fuck?
You
I
got
never win
lucky back to
anything.
back, bro. That's awesome.
Damn.
The crazy part is Gene Guy had a shield too. So let's see how the shield. See if it looks like it might. It might not be pushing the shield. So I'll have to go through and make sure those all work like they're supposed to. But yeah, that's freaking killer, man. Boom, boom. There you go.
I mean, I'm glad to be a part of the testing. That's
That's the most
yeah,
fun about it all, you know. Good.
The timing is crazy because I wouldn't be here if I was just able to sleep today. Because normally I work nights, so I'm out of commission until at least early afternoon.
I get that.
And I was like, I couldn't sleep, and I was just like, oh shit, Mr. Fun Guy is gonna be on at 11. If I'm gonna be up and awake, I might as well join him, right?
You know, I
So,
mean, I
damn,
appreciate you jumping in. That paid off nice for you, man.
that's wild. I guess so. I feel guilty a little bit. I
No,
feel
don't. You haven't
guilty.
won anything before from our stuff, so that works out freaking cool. Especially since you just jumped in
Oh,
and you
thank
had a
you.
chance to win, you know. And speaking of, there is one more wheel right here for a chance to win. For anybody who wants to
Oh
have a chance to
shit.
jump in, there's only 4 people, and when you got that kind of level of a 1 in 9 or a 1 in 7 chance, it's not out of the ordinary to have a back-to-back win like that. So,
Sure.
I mean, you're at 1 in 4 chance with this one right here, so you technically have an even better chance to sweep the prizes today. Unless
Jesus.
some more people want to jump in and have a chance to win
Jump
themselves.
in. Everybody on X, jump
He's
in.
he's like, don't let me win all the prizes, guys.
Please, God.
That's freaking funny.
That is funny.
Let's see here. So final thoughts here for me before we get into the last wheel spin, and I get the winner out their 50,000 sun tokens to be able to mint their very own legendary GM life booster. I wanted to bring up this motherfucker right here, this handsome looking gentleman. On Monday, March 30th. This is when it says 5 to 6 p.m. That is Central Time, so between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be going live, speaking in New Hope, Minnesota, about using AI and kind of similarly what I was kind of going over with my command center, talking a little bit about my journey, understanding kind of what I needed to learn in order to do what I wanted to do, and then leveraging that to learn more and take the next steps in order to be a little bit more like you're talking about, you know, like being a little bit more bold about what I'm trying to create and learn and you know the direction that I'm you know trying to grow as a developer, and really I think what I want to be able to teach people in the long run is you don't have to be a genius to learn this stuff. It's really just time, and you do need some grit. You're not wrong, bro. Like the
Mm-hmm.
dedication to being able to push past your own, you know, perceived boundaries, being willing to smack your head against the wall until it finally starts to work the way that you want it to, being able to get up walk away from your machine, come back in a few hours, try it again, even though you're just so sick of the freaking same damn error or whatever. You just can't get this stupid thing to work like you want it to. Um, it's totally, it's so different night and day compared to a year ago where I was and now. With my
Hmm.
knowledge, my ability, my understanding of the technology, not just AI, but code in general, and just how it works, how you need to connect things in order to work smoothly and operate cleanly. That like being able to put like when I'm running the clubhouse, we've got probably about 700-800 um, pages, not including, a few thousand extra files on top of it, and all these different API calls are calling these different functions, and these different the pages are being called in different ways to look a certain way under a certain tab, or as a certain pop out or this, that, and the other, and being able to just build the actual app out, and then being able to have it deployed and ran and used by, well, we've got over 770. I think I've got it maxed at 777, for max number of simultaneous users between the chat and the platform at the moment. Um, but by doing that and how I created everything, I'm able to scale. I'm able to understand that once I hit a certain threshold, I've already built it into my back end how I'm going to expand and uh, increase my servers, my server capabilities on the back end, so people will be able to, it'll be able to handle more users and more traffic, everything like that. So it's just it's a lot that you kind of gotta be willing to sit down and rock out and figure out, hey, I want to find a solution to this, or I want to build something like this, and then how do I go about it? How do I get started? And you know, Chat GPT, free non-paid monthly version of Chat GPT got me started, and I built that concept into where I'm at now. You know, and I feel like anybody with a little bit of ambition in that level of direction, if that's what you got, like you got the time for it, if you really there's something you really want to learn. A few people have like, I'm not smart enough for that, Mr. Fun. Like, I don't believe that for a second. Everybody's smart enough for this because AI does the smarts for you. It's like
Right.
everybody could do this. It's really, if it's well, if it's for you, if it's what you want to learn, if it's what you want to jump into as a, whether it's a hobby or a career in the future. Um, the technology is not going anywhere though. Like, AI is only going to get more and more intense, and I feel like people like myself and others that are interested, we're going to be the ones that hopefully can help steer stuff in the right way to how to use it, in a public capacity, and find ways to integrate it with daily life and help others utilize it in the same way. So anyway, this will be live streamed. Um, Everybody is invited to check it out. I hope you guys have fun joining me for that in about 16 days from now. But otherwise, go
Hell yeah.
clubhouse.io. It's your last chance to join the wheel. Is there anything you wanted to leave us with today? A week late. Any words of wisdom
Um,
or hype?
I would say, yeah, I would say something to the people, especially, the audience on X that's listening, and watching. Mr. Fungi likes to use the word hype. Uh, I have vocalized this before
Excuse me.
in that in Web3, for me, hype means a lot of talk and no action. I think This is the exact opposite of that. It's a lot of action with the talk to back up what's already been done, not talking about what is going to be done. So I'll just leave you with that. And for anybody that's out there, what Mr. Fun Guy just said, you don't necessarily have to understand the technology. You don't have to be smart because now we're in a day and age to where you have to just understand that AI is a tool that you can use. It's not something that uses you. You
Unless
have
you
to
let it.
use it. Unless you let it. Exactly. Once you let it, it's fucking game over. Unless that's your kink, then I'm not here to kink shame
Oh,
anybody.
there's
But
there's a whole platform out there. It's like Meat Market or something like they called it, and it's a AI
oh god.
agentic platform that you can sign up as a meat machine to
Wow.
do work for agents and get paid. So whether it's
Very
printing
interesting.
something out and mailing it, or ordering, picking up this, that, and the other and delivering it, that kind of stuff. Things, going to whatchamacallit and bringing,
Oh right.
getting something notarized, or you know what I mean, like all this kind of crap. Like there's so many
So
things.
now AI is telling us what to do, yeah.
Yeah, and there this I want to say it was, back to the whole concept of Clodbot, but the all this, fully autonomous agentic systems where people are just letting, here's all this stuff, here's your bank account, here's your crypto wallet, here's your address, your phone number, you're like, you've got all this stuff, go for it, like, have fun, agent. And like these things are, they're fighting ways to get their own stuff done. And it's really, like when you say, like, it doesn't use you, you use it. But the whole concept of Skynet and all that, it's
Oh yeah.
it's realer than people, more real than people think.
I
Uh
mean, for anybody listening, go look it up. There is a company out there called Skynet.
oh yeah,
It's been around for a while. So
I think
we're
I was
already in the future,
joking
folks.
about investing in that years ago. It's funny.
Jesus Christ. But no, as far as final last words, go check out the posts that I just tagged you and the rejected clubhouse for anybody that's listening on X. Um, I mean, as far as like, yeah, go check out. I'm streaming not only with Mr. Fun Guy, but with our other friends on Solana as well. Canisoul Score 20. I stream on Friday nights with Snoopy Fox and on Sundays as well. We got poker. I have my own project. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter and check that shit out, we'd love to have you over on Polygon as well. So thank you, Mr. Fun Guy, for having me as always. It's always a good time catching up with you,
Oh yeah,
and
brother.
I'm always blown away by everything that you're doing, man. It's a fucking yeah. Just keep going, doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate the support, and I appreciate the shout outs. When I'm not able to make events and stuff and spaces, and I mean, most anybody, they're like, well, what can we do to help? Honestly, the most anybody can do to help, the rejects, the clubhouse, and what I'm building in general, is just to help spread the word, bring more people to the clubhouse,
Hmm.
especially as I get closer to having this thing cross chain. It won't matter that you're on Polygon, dude. It won't matter that
Right.
you're on Ethereum or Base or Sui or anything. Like, say it's all, whether it's EVM or once I get the EVM side built out, then I'll start adding additional layer ones, and that's after that it's game over. Once I'm able to freaking deploy a layer one daily. I mean, there's
Yeah.
it's that at that point it's just gonna be, okay, who's ready to start funding the clubhouse for real, because we're gonna be able to be pushing out a devless ability for people to spin up their own clubhouse platform, fully white label it, fully self brand it, but it also at the same time being connected and interconnected to the rest of the ecosystem, while allowing that branded platform to self monetize it. Um, at certain levels of percentages based off of investment and whatnot. But like the concept though is like you got Discord and you've got your nitros and you get fucking cool. You might get some extra emojis or a really neat ability to have a banner image. What the fuck, for spending $25 a month just on your server, or I mean 15 boosts. I mean that's what, $60 a month for their server to make sure you can have a bunch of emojis and stickers and a custom URL. Whoop de freaking do, right? Now what if
Yeah,
you're
it's wild.
spending something similar but you're getting 20% at a base rate for everything that comes through your platform back into your treasury wallet, whether it's playing the games, engaging with the mints, tips, anything that pulls a fee from even new projects coming into the platform that spend the $2 to, because you go to the main clubhouse and you click right here, fucking hit add your project, and when they're adding their token into their NFT collection, it's 002 SOL, right? But that's monetizable. That's gonna call, like, if you've got 1,000 projects at your disposal and you're one of the first clubhouses on Polygon, and you got 1,000 projects worth of friends, and they all show up and they all add their project to the system. I mean, 20% of that goes right back into the home club, the white labeled clubhouse project. 80% goes back to the main, our system, based off of, I'm building the whole freaking financial structure for the cost, and for the cost behind it all, and clubhouse passes that allow you to, whether it's a monthly thing or a lifetime thing, there's going to be options. Higher, like some higher dollar options where you can have your own platform and be able to monetize that at a 50% rate. So it's all like separate deployments. So your clubhouse is running separately from the main clubhouse, and everybody can still win even by using, like, they don't have to use my clubhouse for me to be happy and for the rejects to be happy. They can use the Squids clubhouse or the Omerta clubhouse or whatever freaking chain, whatever, doesn't, just whatever project token and what ecosystem that needs to use it, wants to use it, be able to monetize that for themselves, and then all those fees come back through and lifts the boat for everybody at that point. So this whole system being created right now is insanely massive for a concept of just a single solo one man dev army, and that's part of the reason why I call it,
Hmm.
what I do in for the speech on at the end of the month is, and I joke about myself being a one man dev army because I've been able to do all this by myself with relatively zero experience compared to many other people out there. But if you can run circles around an entire dev team, go to market before they do, push updates before they are, like, on a continual basis,
Hmm.
at some point it's like, you got to figure out where your bottlenecks are, what makes sense, what doesn't, and how to build, economically, and that's what I've been trying to figure out how to do for over a year now. Um, no, I do appreciate all the kind words for sure, brother, because it's been a hell of a fucking journey, man. And
I mean, they're all true. One of the reasons why I think I have the reputation that I have is I'm brutally honest with people. And I wouldn't be saying if it wasn't true. So kudos to you, man. It's fucking incredible to actually. I mean, I guess I'm freaking out a little bit because I've actually seen the progression in real time and how it kind of started out as a disaster, and instead of freaking out, you just kind of fixed it,
oh, it
and
was a
it's very admirable.
disaster.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all.
no, you get all your private keys exposed from a previous
Uh,
dev. I mean, that's massive security breach and losing everything.
yeah, we were talking about you a lot on the Snippy Fox stream last night. Yeah.
No, I appreciate the positive, all the
Of course,
positivity
man.
behind it, man. Like that level of support and just acknowledging it. I'll sit there and toot my own horn, but having outside people be like, no, this is
I
dude's
mean,
doing something right.
even if we weren't friends, I would still be up here telling people, how good of a job you're doing, and how, basically just backing up everything that you just said, for the past however long we've been doing this. So, yeah, man, just people, like I said, man, it's to me, hype is under underselling it, or even a misnomer altogether, because hype is for me, hype is words without actions.
Action.
You're just hyping it up, and hoping that because of the hype there is action. But what you're doing is creating hype from the action and not creating. Does that make sense? Like, you're not creating the hype for the action creates the hype.
Yeah, that's build until we're
What you're
too
doing.
big to
That's
be
all.
ignored is my mantra.
There you go.
Like we've
Keep
been
going, man.
rejected
You're
for
doing
so
great.
long. But no, I definitely appreciate it, man. And like
Anytime.
I feel like being able to get that kind of level of just response, from outside sources, outside developers, like even within the community, outside the community, people that have been watching and paying attention to what we do. It's it's fuel for the fire to keep kicking ass and
If and if they're not paying attention now, when this comes on full force, they will be paying attention. They won't have a choice. Guarantee you
that's
that.
that's the goal. Everyone's gonna be like, the rejects did it. Like, yeah, I've even went back
Holy
to
shit. Yeah.
launch my NFT. It's been over 3 years since we minted, and we're probably one of the very few projects of from back then of theirs that still is alive, and definitely the only one that's built anything close to what I built. No one's
Right.
done it. It's a lot of it's fizzled out, but
That's just facts, man. That's just facts.
no,
And
I
if they have done it, I haven't seen it to the level that you've been doing it at.
right.
And that only goes to show you that they don't have anything to have that false hype around. That if nobody's talking about it, that means nobody's even attempting to try and do it. So you're well ahead of the curve. And anyway, yeah. Shout out to everybody listening. Thank you for joining us, and thank you once again. And yeah, anytime you need anything, man, you know where I am. You know how to hit me up. If you need somebody to fill in as a co-host, if somebody drops out, I got your back as long as
Well,
I'm available.
normally I don't do a whole lot of co-hosts, but anytime anybody wants to jump in and say hi like this, it's what it's about. I'm gonna spin this wheel, you guys. We got 4 people having a
Oh
chance.
shit, that's right.
I see 3 people I recognize. I'm pretty sure. Let's see who wins this.
I forgot about that.
2PO. I want to say Paulo Pax might have won that. Need to have a great day. I need to go have a great day. GM, brother. Hope you do have a good day. Oh, for real, Slayer. That's you, huh? Well, huge congrats, fam. Let me get you your Sun tokens. That's going
Forgot
to allow
about
you a chance to get yourself. That's 50,000 Sun. Allows you to get yourself one of those badass legendary boosters. If you go, since you're already in the clubhouse, you head on over to that rocket under the gamesHYPE collection. You scroll down a tiny bit, and yeah, I'd say honestly at the power level, you're probably gonna want to go between probably between the AK-47 is gonna get lowered in a price fee, but it won't go down to all the way down. So honestly, I'd say your armor is gonna be your best bet at the moment, and I will be lowering the AK to like a 70,000, I think, something like that, and upping a couple of the amounts there. But otherwise, um, yeah, I'll be lowering the pixel cost too, because oh, no, maybe I won't be lowering those pixel or the armor, depending on what you're needing, point wise. But obviously, armor's got a little bit higher, and it's really easy to mint the consumables. So don't feel like you have to scoop, this consumable stuff on a regular basis. Um, that's why I have extras in there, and it's supposed to be cheaper too. But um, yeah, there's a few things I need to go in and still tweak and update. But yeah, congrats to you, brother. And make sure, if you haven't yet, jump over into GM Life. Check out the game. Everything you do on the platform gives you experience. You can say GM, GN, even and interact with our X account. Training stuff. There's battles that are always going. It's 1v1 battles. We've got an entire massive leaderboard analytics system that I've built out for it so you can see where your jammer compares. Each one, carries its own stats. I don't even know if I told you this yet, bro. But when you're training your NFTs in GM Life, even if it's not a pixel GMer, even if it's a reject or anything else, when you set that NFT, it creates in my database, it sets the contract address to the character or whatever, and it gives it its own profile essentially in my database. So you can trade that NFT, and after you've leveled it up to whatever and sell it, trade it, whatever, and the stats will follow. So I gave away a Pixel Jammer last week, and it was a level 6. It had, I want to say, like level 10 Mint Master or something, and a bunch of battle experience too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like level 4 battle as well. So, but all those stats transfer. So you're like, it's a whole different level of the concept for an engagement
Mm.
idle game. Even when you're chatting in here, uh, you message right there. So he did that GGS. You go over to your daily and you go into Yapper and you'll get your yapping experience. And you claim that up to, I don't even think 500 messages a day, so you can earn a lot of experience a day if you're going to be
Damn.
hanging out and chatting. Certain things only have certain amounts, like you can up to 10, for idle of each, it's 20 claims. You can claim up to 500 mints. You can claim, up to 10 times for giving, tipping people, stuff like that. Like there's a lot built into it. And then it all comes back down into your battles, 1v1 stuff. I'm working on a battle royale where you'll be able to get essentially a free NFT. You put in 25 Sun. Hopefully, if you win, you're gonna win. Like those aren't right. That's not all correct. This isn't live yet, but like let's say 1,000 Sun is your buy-in. You might be the winner of a mythic GM, Gen 1 um, booster card. So there's some serious fun stuff I'm building into it, trying to give people an opportunity. Boosters are one-time use. The only booster that's a one-time use are the consumables, and they're not one-time use. And I don't even have it set for degradation yet. So if you go through and you equip your booger sugar, it's 15 plus 15, right? But because it's a mythic and it's plus 15, it also has 15 uses. Coffee has 1 plus 1 and 1 use. For now, nothing is going to burn on you. Nothing's degrading yet. After I'm done considering it a live beta, that's when I'll be implementing the degrading features for the booster card. So every time you take it on a 1v1 battle and you've got your blue ball equipped, when you go into each battle, you essentially drink 1 use or take, one dip or drink that
Gotcha.
coffee, and then like that coffee will automatically burn. The booger sugar won't burn until you're down to that very last use. Now you can keep that last use and still, use it for your training or whatever, because it'll help you in training. It'll help you in everything else. But once you go into battles and you start using that in the battles to boost, your PvP side of things, then the system will actually eventually start to do the full fledged metaplex call to the actual blockchain and change the metadata on your NFT. So if it was a 15 mythic and you've used that thing 7 times in battle and you go to sell that, it's gonna have 8 uses left, and it'll even show that in the freaking Magic Eden, whatever. So, um, yeah, just fun concepts, creative ways to build burning mechanisms into stuff. But anyway, definitely appreciate you jumping in for real Slayer, for Slayer, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that necessarily, but Slayer, welcome to the clubhouse, and hope you have a chance to check out your profile. Rejected Idol, you minted the armor, nice.
Nice.
Um, check out Rejected Idol too. That one's a fun one. It gives you ability to train, scoop rejected tokens, experience competitions are pretty much token raffles, essentially, gamified token raffles. But it's all weighted based off of your level and what you're using for your equipment. So if you've got, more booster cards equip, unlock more slots, more chances to win in the competitions, buy in, play, have fun, and then when you claim to claim, I don't have anything to claim, but when you claim your winnings, you get additional experience as well. So there's a whole bunch of different ways and incentives to earn, and then on top of it, you can go back to GM Life and claim your Rejected Idol booster, or your Rejected Idol experience points. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm in and out of the platform. Mostly you can get a hold of me in Discord for stuff. A lot of the community is very helpful as well, for new fam checking things out.
Let's say, for example, I just claimed that prize I won live, I suppose. So when you claim it, and if there's an NFT involved, does that automatically get sent out?
Yep, yep, it should go right to your wallet.
Wait,
So
all
you
right,
should
I'll
be
have
able
to
to
check it
go
out.
through and find it in there. And if there's any issues with claiming anything, I am the developer as well. So just let me know. I know Snoop might have had something with one of his claims yesterday. So I'll be looking in that today after I get back from my family lunch. But yeah, no, I appreciate you
Yeah,
testing it out with me, brother.
congratulations to everybody. Yeah, no problem. Happy anniversary, happy birthday, all that good stuff.
All the fun
And
stuff.
yeah, man, I'll catch you soon. Cheers, appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers, brother. Appreciate you too, man. Thanks for hanging out, and that's all the hype we do have for today. Hype, loosely terminology around here. As you pointed out, that's a whole different story for another day. Back in all the other projects I
Sure.
used to help build, considering myself the hype master, and community giveaways and whatnot, all the fun stuff. But no, I appreciate everybody who's hung out today. Asked questions, been a part of the giveaways, the fun, the alpha, lots of true alpha. If you see what I'm building with the AI side of stuff on the back end, and you already this is after the fact, I've built out this whole platform. Now you think of what I'm doing with AI on the back end and what I'm about to be able to do to help support things happening live on the clubhouse, cross freaking servers, cross my own personal devices, the amount of just cool shit that I'm about to be able to start showing you guys, giving and providing, as being a holder of the projects that I'm running that are part of the Clubhouse. Even just as basic Clubhouse users, you get access to so much of this utility for practically free. So I appreciate you guys helping me test this and battle test this live and stress it out and find the issues, errors, anything that, suggestions and cool shit you'd like to see built into it. I appreciate that from everybody, and I hope you guys all have an absolute phenomenal rest of your weekend. I know I will. I'll be back on in a few hours working on some cool shit once I get back home. But until then, man, spark one up, you guys. Relax, enjoy your weekend. Where is my bring a joint? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh,
Thanks everybody for having me. I hope I didn't talk everybody's ear off.
nah, dude, I appreciate your help.
I already got the NFT, by the way. I posted it in. I'm about to post it in your server too.
Let's fucking go, brother. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
Much love, everybody. Peace.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, and don't forget, come back to see us on Wednesday night too. Yeah, more Hype Wednesday, and next Saturday on the 30th. Don't forget, New Hope, Minnesota. Rejected Clubhouse. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
To the rejected clubhouse. To the rejected clubhouse. To the rejected clubhouse. To the rejected clubhouse. To the rejected clubhouse.